Jubilee is one of my favorite channels. It provides pretty good content for this woke age, and a lot of people like the content because it talks about topics that people are typically too afraid of talking about. And there are also the whole entire deal about censorship. So Jubilee is actually taking a pretty big risk when they're making content like this. So for this episode, the goal is to have a bunch of girls to rate each other, and then when they are done rating each other, guys will come and reposition them into what the guys think they rank at.
Okay, so we have to do this.
Should we rank ourselves? Should we just like close our eyes and like scoot to where we think we should be? And then, you know what I mean? Just go for it on an individual basis.
I think that's
then...
very smart.
Yeah, some idiot thinks that's a good idea. That is an awful idea. My problem with the female community is that they tend to unnecessarily compliment each other, even though it's a bad idea. What was Annie expecting when they just close their eyes and walk to what they think their position is? Everyone doesn't want heat, so they just walk towards the middle and clump up with the crowd. The thing is, you shouldn't be mindlessly giving compliments to people or approving bad ideas. That is why Netflix has a bunch of awful shows, because someone has a bad idea, such as manipulating The Witcher with propaganda. I believe that someone had a bad idea and everyone's just too afraid to speak against it because it would deem that person misogynistic or hateful, and that is why Henry Cavill left The Witcher, because the show went to shit and they were just abusing his fame to promote more propaganda. You see, guys, they're not going to compliment each other because they don't want to fuck each other in the first place. But also, women, they keep complimenting each other because they're too scared of confrontation from other women. They, for some reason, see this as being humble. Humble is not mindlessly complimenting each other. Humble is being capable of a lot, but also settling for less if they have to, with the idea of making less a lot. People think being mindlessly nice to each other is a good thing. However, being nice to people can lead the person that you're being nice to be delusional. That is why I don't like to be nice. Not that I want to ruin everyone's day, but I just see it happen too much where someone received too much kindness and they end up in a shitty situation. Let me give you an example. My ex-girlfriend, relatively attractive, so it's no surprise that guys on the internet will compliment her. We broke up because she had this Hollywood syndrome where she believes that our relationship should be like in the movies, you know, spontaneous mansion, beautiful cars, and constant traveling, don't have to work at all, which is, you know, a fantasy that she doesn't understand that we are living in reality. I tell her that's not real, and we keep having arguments about it, and our relationship ends there. Fast forward a few years later, she ends up becoming a shipwreck. She hooked up with a bunch of guys that she thinks that cared about her, when in reality, I was the one teaching her what makes a good man, which is a guy that tells her the truth and hopes she improves and learns personally. But one of my flaws is that I have very little patience, and when she refused to listen for however long, I think it was like around half a year, she just constantly stopped caring and I gave up on her. And now she just listens to what horny guys tell her and she believes in their lies, and as a result, she is in a shipwreck. And occasionally she would message me and we would often talk about how good our past relationship was compared to her relationship now. But of course, she won't admit that it was the best relationship she ever had. So ladies, if you want a real man that wants what's best for you, find someone that will tell you the truth. Easy.
Put it out there, just
Say it.
just so we do it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Got it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, I'll be 2 because I got all 4 2s.
Okay. I think I got 3, 4 the most, so I'll stick into that window depending on the other person's.
Wow, no one gave the fat lady a 1. They actually gave her a relatively low rating. So they know beauty standards, but for some reason, it doesn't feel that way at the same time.
The girl who I found most attractive was Jordan. She has a great personality and she's confident.
Dope.
Confidence? She just called herself a weenie.
I teach acting to young kids. I do mostly musical theater.
Oh my God,
Because I'm a weenie, I know.
This is an example of someone giving unnecessary compliments to someone that don't deserve it. What personality? We only known her for about a minute. For some reason, she has an amazing personality, which I disagree. I think she just has a very normal girl personality. I think she's saying that just so she can avoid getting ridiculed for maybe making fun of a fat girl, but she's not really making fun of someone. She will be telling the truth. But of course, society's norm, they want you to lie for no good reason. So apparently the Asian girl is rated the least attractive. I think she could be a pretty cool girl. She feels like one of those girls that knows better and will tell you the truth at family events, and she knows this fat acceptance ideology is bullshit. She seems like a cool friend. Now that's called having confidence and personality. But of course, the crowd she's in is cowardly, so despite the Asian girl voicing her true opinion, the girls can't help but to upgrade the obese lady for cowardly reasons. So this is the final ratings, and the Asian girl is still at the bottom, and Annie being the highest rated person. I don't know how they came to this conclusion. She was supposedly rated second the most, but she is first because I think she just moved up there on her own. And now the guys come to give their ratings, and of course none of the guys are going to sleep with any of these girls. The ones they want to sleep with are probably not going to give it up. The ones they don't want to sleep with, they're not going to care about their feelings, so they're just going to give them their honest rating. This is the final rating that men conducted. You know what? Honestly, the rating would be more fair if they wore the same outfit. I think that would make things a little easier or a lot more harder for the fat girl depending on what outfit they are using. Now, before you make fun of the fat girl, her being placed in second is not her fault. The girls put her there. She's not delusional. It is Kaylin that is misleading the pack and putting down the two most attractive girls. Kaylin believed that Annie and Jordan are the most attractive one, and she believes that she is rated number 3, and meanwhile the two most attractive girls are below her. I think she is secretly jealous of those two and decided to put them down to make herself feel better. Now, Annie believes she is the most attractive. You can tell she was mortally wounded when she got downgraded the first time. Even worse when she got downgraded the second time. And at the ending interview, she starts making up a bunch of excuses. Here's my truthful word. She's not attractive because, well, she looks old. I don't know how old she is. She doesn't necessarily look old, but I believe she may have received too much UV damage that causes skin to wrinkle and make her look old. I would suggest if you don't have a lot of melanin, put on sunscreen before going out, because people with less melanin are more prone to collagen damage that is irreversible. So if you care about your rating, take care of your skin. Kaylin, being the evil one, of course blamed her low rating on race. But here's the thing. I'm not trying to be malicious when I say this, but the reason why her rating is so low is because her facial features are not that good. And unfortunately, that is something you cannot really fix unless you do surgery. She believes that American culture will find black women unattractive. Let me show you a picture of a black woman that is attractive. Compare the two and tell me which one is more attractive. They're both black. Skin color aside, there is a pretty obvious winner. But of course, Kaylin wants to turn this into a race issue and deny the fact that maybe she has some unfortunate features. Out of all of them, I would say the Latina is the smartest. She knows what attraction is and stay low rank so she doesn't offend anyone and look humble at the same time. Not so much the Asian girl because she forced her opinion on something that is kind of obvious. Remember that the guys will come and rate and readjust them. But she has to open her mouth, and now she looks like a douche in front of everyone. Instead of following the Latina girl's idea of low rank and knowing that she is attractive, which she will be moved up eventually, the Asian girl has to voice her opinion, which is a pretty bad idea in this social situation. All in all, not all fat people are delusional. Sometimes they are pushed by the current forces of ideology that people, like Kaylin, are trying to do. She tried to put down the two most attractive girls, and she tried to put politically correct Annie on top and Jordan in second in the name of fat acceptance. Of course, no one wants to speak out against her because being the two attractive ones, they just stay quiet, or more like the Hispanic girl tries to stay quiet. Jubilee, you guys did a good job voicing most people's opinion because most people don't believe in the whole woke ideology. So good job for you guys. If you like watching my videos, subscribe to my channel. I upload about 1 to 2 times a week if I have any ideas. Also, I stream on Twitch Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. I might skip a day once in a while because I have a pretty busy schedule. I won't answer anyone's question if they are curious. That's why I am streaming. It's just live question answering. So if you're confused or curious about something, just go onto my stream on the weekdays, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And that's all I need to say. Have a nice day and toodles.